Hello everyone, Manfa Collectibles here with yet another Hot Toys collection tour video. Yes, it's been almost a year or maybe more since I put my last collection tour video, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Just bear in mind that this is gonna be part 1, meaning that this is my full collection as of now. I have a few other figures in the box because I have no more space, but once I get my mojo cases, I'm gonna do another tour with a brand new setup and everything is gonna be amazing, so stay tuned for that one. But before we start, if you are new to the channel and you want to check out the latest Hot Toys releases, posting videos and live streams, make sure you hit the subscribe button and notification icon so you don't miss anything. Alright guys, enough with the talking. Let's start with the collection tour video. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright guys, and here we have the first cabinet, and this is gonna be the DC. As you can see, I have the DX19 Batman, and by far this is one of the best Batmans out there. I like everything that this figure comes with, especially the new body and articulation. Then we have Two-Face, and this is the 2.0 version, and I was very lucky to get it. I think I got the last one from Sideshow before it was sold out, and let me tell you, this is a totally underrated figure. As you can see, a lot of details going on, especially with the paint application and the suit. Then we have this beauty here. Yes, Wonder Woman Deluxe Edition. This is the one with the big wings, but because again I have no more space, I have to use the small wings. You can pick them up at Comic Concepts if you're interested. Alright guys, so now let's take a look at the other shelf, which is my Justice League collection here, and we have the Nightmare Batman and the Black Suit Superman. Amazing set, amazing 2-pack for sure. And of course in the front we have the old Wonder Woman, and this is again from Justice League. One thing about this figure is the articulation is actually good, but hard to pose because of the seamless body. I'd rather keep it in museum pose, and I think she looks amazing. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. And of course, Black Suit Superman, which to me is an improvement from the previous version, especially with that amazing wire cape. Alright, so now let's move on down, and we have more Justice League figures. Of course, we have the classic Superman with the right colors. This is the red and blue, looking amazing. And in the front, I have the deluxe Batman from Justice League as well. And yes, I'm using a wire cape for this one, and let me tell you, this figure looks amazing. It is massive. Very happy with this set here. As you can see, this is the classic Batman. Behind him, we have the tactical one. And I got this one from my friend HAWKWARZTOYZ, so thank you for that, my friend. This is an amazing figure as well. It's big, has a presence. Batfleck, I think, is one of the best Batmans out there too. And last but not least, we have Aquaman and of course the Flash. And you know, I don't know about you guys, but me personally, I like this version better rather than the original one with the yellow and green. This one to me is much better. And of course we have the Flash, which is the only Flash we have out there for this Justice League, just you know, to point that out. And that's basically it for this. Now let's move on to the top of the shelf, and yes, I have my very first quarter scale Mando, and this base is freaking amazing. As you can see, we have IG-11, we have the Mando helmet there. This is the figure itself, and of course Grogu in the back. And let me tell you guys, I have so much fun doing a review of this figure. If you want to check it out, I'm gonna put the link up there so you guys can see it. And of course I have my Dragon Ball collection, and this is not everything. I have more Dragon Ball figures, but because I have no more space, this is pretty much all I can fit in this customized fish tank. Yes, I did it myself. Yes, it's not the best, but hey, it's doing the job for now. So I kind of like this Dragon Ball collection. I love it because of the colors. Very colorful collection, as you can see. Krillin, Goku, Bulma. We have Frieza in the back, and of course the Mr. Satan, and you know, Majin Buu and everyone. Pretty much I pretty much have all the characters so far. And that's it for my Dragon Ball collection. And then on the other side, I have the other quarter scale figure, which is one of my favorites as well, and this is the Spider-Man one. This is from No Way Home, I believe, and this thing looks really good as well. As you can see, the base is amazing with the vulture wings, and of course the figure on the top. And let me tell you guys, this is another underrated figure. If you didn't get the chance to pick him up, I think Comic Concepts still has it in stock, so don't sleep on it. Alright, so now let's move on to the Marvel shelf, and here we have Clean Thanos and of course classic Loki. And I don't know about you guys, but I kind of like this clean version of Thanos. I like it. It looks very good. The head sculpt is pretty much spot on. I think they got the likeness very nicely done. And then we have the Infinity Gauntlet, as you can see here. I just put it in the front. We have the helmet, and of course Lizard Loki, we have Frog Loki, and of course we have Classic Loki, or Classic Trickster I think is the name, from HAWKWARZTOYZ. This is an official third-party figure, and let me tell you, I can wait to see the one from Hot Toys. So let's move down one shelf, and here we have Venom, we have Hulk, and of course Stanley. And let me tell you, this Venom looks freaking amazing as well. Paint application is nicely done. One thing about this figure is kind of hard to pose, so I just keep it in museum. Then we have another underrated figure, and I know it's going cheap right now, but this Ragnarok Stanley looks pretty cool, right? Very nice, those red colors popping up. And of course we have Professor Hulk looking amazing as well. This is one of my favorite Hulks, believe it or not, so very happy with this figure. Alright guys, so let's move down here, and we have more like a miscellaneous with some Marvel and horror figures. So let me show you the zombie Deadpool in the back, looking really good as well. I love the paint application and the detail. Then we have a brand new figure which I got a few days ago, which is the zombie Iron Man. And let me tell you guys, even though it is plastic, the amount of detail on this thing is really good, so don't sleep on that one either. Looking awesome. Look at the head sculpt. I love that paint application. And of course behind him we have the clean version of Deadpool, and of course Pennywise. And yes, I'm gonna get the inert one, and I can wait to show you both figures on a side-by-side comparison. Of course this base is the money, so definitely gonna keep this one in the collection. Alright, so let's move down again, and here we have the 80s shelf, and yes, we have RoboCop, which is the battle damage in the back, looking amazing. Look at the detail, it's just insane. Of course we have Marty McFly in the front. This is the 2.0 version, so I can wait for Doc Brown to be released, and also the DeLorean. And behind him we have the clean version of RoboCop, and this one is the diecast one on the chair, looking good. And last but not least, we have Indiana Jones, courtesy of my friend Joao from Big Brother, who sent me this figure a while ago, so thank you my friend for that. So let's move on to the next shelf, and we have Iron Man, we have Thor, we have Captain America. So let's take a look at Thor first, and this pose is very simple. As you can see, he's just holding the Stormbreaker, and I think I took this pose from posing with Peter, so shout out to Peter for that. And we have this Mark 85 battle damage, which is to me my ultimate Iron Man. Very happy with this, and of course I have to do this pose from the last scene when he does the snap. And next one we have the clean version of Mark 85, and by all means this is another one that I like the most because the colors are very close to the comics, right, with the red and golden. And behind him we have Captain America from Endgame as well, looking really good. So this is my small Endgame shelf here. So let's move down and take a look at the villains here, and we have Doc Ock, we have Green Goblin from Toys era, and of course Mysterio. So taking a look at the Green Goblin, this is the one that comes with the hoverboard, looking really good. And then we have Doc Ock, or the Ock from Toys era. And yes, I'm gonna keep this one until I get the Hot Toys one, so I can do a proper comparison, so you guys can make your own decision. And of course we have Mysterio, and I kinda like to display this figure with the helmet. It looks badass to me. And that's basically it for the villains so far. So now let's move down, and we have another shelf, and I just kind of combined it. I put some Endgame figures and of course the Spider-Verse. So let's start with Rescue, another underrated figure, looking really good. Love the head sculpt as well. Then we have a Spider-Ham here in the middle, pointing at someone, and next to him we have Gwen Stacy from the Spider-Man, the Spider-Verse, yeah, Into the Spider-Verse. And this is another one that is one of my favorites as well. Love the head sculpt, The amount of detail on this figure and possibility is endless. Then we have the Iron Patriot in the back, which is a beast. And yes, I'm not using the base because it doesn't fit, and I have to kind of like manage that. Then we have Miles Morales, and this is by far one of my favorites in my collection, and I'm gonna get another one because I need to display it with the suit. And let me tell you, this figure is amazing. Check out the review if you haven't seen it yet. So last but not least, we have the Spidey shelf. Of course, we have the homemade suit Spidey in the back with the big drone. We have the upgraded suit Spidey with the red and black, which is my favorite colors. And of course, we have another one, underrated figure, which is the Non-Monkey, now with the Peter Parker head sculpt. And of course, Doctor Strange in the front for Infinity War, which is another good figure as well. Alright guys, so let's move on to the Star Wars section here. And yes, this is the Millennium Falcon or the Millennium Cockpit from Jazz Inc. And this thing looks massive. Yes, we can argue the paint application is not the best, but I think it is okay. It is okay. We have Lando, we have Han Solo and Chewie here looking really good. I kind of like this thing, you know, especially when you put these figures in this diorama. It looks amazing. As you can see here, this is the money shot right here with Han Solo, Chewie, and of course Lando Calrissian. Now on the side you can see a bit of weathering. Maybe more weathering would have been nice, but I'm okay with this. If you haven't seen the review on this thing, please check it out. I'm gonna put the link on the top if I remember, because there's so many figures, so many things happening here. But nevertheless, this is the Millennium Cockpit. This is the back. No light up feature, and that's a bummer. I think with lighting would be better, but you can see a lot of wiring going on, and of course the top with more weathering and some mechanical pieces. So it doesn't look that bad. I think it will do the job just fine, and overall very happy with this diorama set. Alright guys, so now let's move on to this guy, and you know him because every time that I do a live stream he's in front of the camera. I'm talking about Grogu from Sideshow. And yes, this thing looks really good. Actually, I decided to keep this one instead of the Hot Toys one, just because I think this one looks much better, in my opinion. It's more like a statue, of course. Then we have my horror shelf here, and I added a couple of characters that are not really horror, but because I have no more space, I have to kind of manage that, right? As you can see, we have the horror line there. We have Rambo, Dante, Jason, Michael Myers. We have Ash from Evil Dead 2, we have Leatherface, Freddy, and of course Ghostface. So they all look amazing together. If you want to see the reviews on these guys, check the links down there. Alright guys, so now this is a custom diorama that I did, and I took inspiration from Jazz Inc. Obviously it's not the best thing in the world, but I think it looks good. Now I know it needs TLC. It's been quite some time since I did this thing, so I'm thinking that maybe I'm gonna recreate the case that Costa did, the one that you can actually put on the wall. So maybe I'll do that and then take these parts and put it inside that case. So I might do that. Then as you can see, we have a bunch of figures here because lack of space. Obviously I have to put them all together, so it's not the best look, but you get the idea. We have Emperor Palpatine here in the front, and this is by far one of my favorite figures in my collection. I love Palpatine, I love Vader. You know, this figure is a grail. Then we have Darth Vader in the back, and I can wait to see Darth Vader from the Obi-Wan show. And talking about that, we have Anakin Skywalker, Dark Sayani in the front looking badass as well. Last but not least, we have the Remnant Trooper in the back hiding, as you can see, and we have Darth Maul from episode 1. So I think these guys look amazing. I kind of put the villains here in this shelf, and I know maybe it doesn't match, but you know, I have space. All right, so let's move on to the Star Wars shelf here, and of course this is the Mandalorian line. And as you can see, we have a bunch of characters. We have Heavy Mando here, which looks fantastic. We have the deluxe version of Mando. This is the Beskar version of him. Then we have Grogu here, of course, next to Din Djarin, and Moff Gideon here, another underrated figure for sure. As you can see, the likeness is really good, and especially that dark saber. So that's Moff Gideon. Behind him I have Boba Fett, and this is from the Empire Strikes Back. This is the 40th anniversary edition and looks fantastic. And of course, the Death Watch in the front as well. So now let's move on to the next shelf. And here we have our Rogue One shelf. I know I'm missing K2SO, but I think this is gonna be it for now. We have Shirin Inwe in the back. This is the deluxe edition as well. We have Jyn Erso, who is also at the X version. As you can see, that likeness, that head sculpt looks amazing. As you can see, they pretty much nailed it with the likeness. We have the short trooper here in the front, and I believe this one is from Rogue One. We have the tank trooper, I believe, and of course we have Director Krennic in the front, looking badass as always. All right, let's move down because we have more Mandalorian figures, and yes, we have the classic ones, right? We have OG Mando with Grogu, as you can see in the pram, looking so cute and amazing at the same time. This is the first Mandalorian figure I got, so very happy with the line so far. We have IG-11 in the back, another underrated figure, and next to IG-11 I have the Armorer, and she looks fantastic as well. And last but not least, we have another trooper here, which is the Transport Trooper, and let me tell you, these colors kind of like, you know, pop up a little bit, right, with that dark green or bluish, if you will. Underneath we have the Clone Wars / Empire Strikes Back, because again, no more space. We have Ahsoka here looking really good. Behind Ahsoka we have Maul from the Clone Wars, and of course Anakin Skywalker, or General Anakin Skywalker from the Clone Wars, and Luke Skywalker's Snowspeeder Luke looking great as well. Check out the review if you haven't seen it yet. I'm gonna put the link somewhere. Alright, so let's move on to the other shelf, and here we have my finally the Grail acquired. We have Luke Skywalker and their version. This is the deluxe edition, and we have Princess Leia and Wicket, and this is another great piece. We have the Force Awakens R2-D2, we have the Wicket, and with the helmet looking really good. Love the weathering, and of course we have the Luke Skywalker version, and this is the regular version, and this thing looks fantastic as well. I think this is by far one of the best likeness of Mark Hamill, even though we know the Hot Toys usually struggles to get the likeness right. Alright, let's move on down to the next shelf because we have more figures, and yes, we're gonna continue with the Mandalorian and prequels. We have Obi-Wan Kenobi sitting there in the back. This is again the deluxe edition. We have the Boba Fett 2-pack. This is the one with all the battle damage and craziness going on. We have the broken helmet in the front. Tusken Raider, another great figure as well. I only got one. I wanted to get another one, but I don't know. I'm gonna wait until it is probably cheaper to get another one. And of course, in the back we have Qui-Gon Jinn, and this is another figure that looks really good. I think the likeness is spot on. And last but not least, we have Boba Fett without the armor, looking to the side, which is not my favorite look, but other than that, this thing looks amazing. Alright guys, so now let's move on to the last, or almost the last shelf, which is the Clone Wars, Attack of the Clones, Clone Wars, and you can see the 501st Battalion in the back, Coruscant Guard in the back as well. We have Captain Rex in the front. I love these colors and the head sculpt. Then we have on the other side, we have Master Yoda, and this is from Attack of the Clones. And I was very lucky I got this one. Shout out to HAWKWARZTOYZ because he was able to give me that figure. Commander Cody here, and this is another one that I have to fix because the arm was broken, and I fixed it. I don't know, don't ask me how, but I did it. And last but certainly not least, we have the sequels and some Mandalorian figures, right? We have Luke Skywalker, we have Rey in the back, as you can see with Dio. I think the Hasbro looks fantastic. We have Luke Skywalker from Crate, and this is from The Last Jedi, and this is how I wouldn't want to see Luke, but you know the story. Then we have Kylo Ren in the back, looking fantastic as well. That headscope is really good. And last but not least, we have the squad leader, commander, whatever that is, stormtrooper, looking fantastic as well. And pretty much this is it in terms of the collection. I still have a couple more figures waiting to be displayed, but again, I ran out of space. So once again, my module cases, I will do another video and it's gonna be massive because not only we're gonna have a new display, we're gonna have a brand new setup altogether, lighting, camera, everything. So it's gonna be a massive one, so stay tuned for that one. Please don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to follow me on my Instagram and Facebook group 6 Skill Media for anything related 1/6 figures, both links in the description below. Please don't forget to become a member and join the channel. That helps us to support and of course to keep growing in the community. And if you have some time, check out these 2 cool videos. And as always, be well and see you around in the next video.